Hey guys, May Flom here, and I'm very excited to share with you today. I've got my ScanNCut out, and I'm going to be sharing with you how I'm going to make a really cute custom little ladybug birthday card for a sweet little girl. So this is an idea I came up with after seeing some ladybugs, and I thought, I bet we can do that with the ScanNCut. Here's how we're going to do it. To make a custom design, you can do all kinds of different ones. I have already a tutorial for an eyeball tote bag. I'm always working on ideas. So the first thing we're going to do is go in and begin selecting our patterns. I'm going to start with this pattern right here, which is going to be the perfect little ladybug body. And then I'm going to add a circle. And I'm going to add 2 circles. One of these circles we're just going to set aside, like so. And then the other one will move over here. Now, we have to decide what sizes we want things to be. For this card, I want things to be approximately 5 inches wide. So I'm going to make this 5 inches. And then I'm going to make this one 5 inches and increase it to 2. Now here's what will happen. These will be the same size. So when I overlay one, I'm going to make this layered. So I'm going to have circles on top or underneath of each other. And then this one, I'm bringing it over here. This is going to be our ladybug's head. So this is going to be the wings. This is going to be the base. This is going to be her head. And I'm going to want that a little bit smaller. Like so. I think about like there will be good. And I'm going to want just one of those and say, okay. So here we are. We have kind of a mess here. Here's what we're going to do to organize. So first things first, I'm going to get this out of the way, and I'm going to pull these 2 down and just barely overlap them. Now, if we're not sure if they're overlapped, we can go down in here and look. They are. And then I'm going to select this button right here. And then I'm going to just click on this and say, okay. And I'll push this button right here and say, okay, what that just did, I just made a ladybug body that would be a foldable card. When this is folded in half, it's going to become a card just like that. Now this guy here, let's see, I guess I want it to be on this side. So I'm going to pull this all the way to the bottom. This guy right here, now I need to figure out how much of that head I want to show. I think about like there. And I'm going to say, okay, I have more patterns to add. So I'm going to go in here and add. This may seem a little intense here. And then on this, I'm going to pick 2 and I'm going to push this button right here, which will make it so that I can independently change the height and the width. And this might seem a little labor intensive, but trust me guys, there's so much application we can have here. There's so much that we can do. And there are so many custom ideas that we can utilize. So I'm going to go like that and say set. Okay, now I'm going to bring these 2 down here. And then I'm going to add again. And this time I'm going for a heart. And I'm walking you through all of these steps because I want you to be able to do something like this for yourself. I mean, it's so fun. And these I'm going to make just under an inch there. 2 of those. Whoops. Let's see, drag these guys over here. Put that guy back up. Okay, now I'm going into this. When I push this button, that gets me all those edit options. I know I'm moving kind of quickly, so if you're doing something like this and you're thinking, okay, I want to see that again, slow it back down, pause the video, rewind if you're trying to do something like this. This is going to work for any custom pattern you're going to do. You're able to do all of these options and make things go however it is you'd like them to go. Okay, so I just rotated these 2 little antennas. That's what those are going to be. Okay, and then I'm going to put the little hearts on top. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to rotate those hearts just a little bit. And I'm going to have them a little bit off center because I feel like they're going to work a little off center. Now I'm going to come in here and just kind of wiggle them a little bit. And notice how the one I have that's a little bit higher than the other, that's definitely on purpose. I kind of want one of these to be a little lower, and I just want them off center. I don't want them perfect. Okay, and then I'm going back in that edit screen because I need that heart to turn just a little bit more and say, okay. Now I'm going to go here and I'm going to select the zone now, like so. And notice how everything is selected except this big one. I'm going to just tap on that. So now everybody here is selected. I'm going to say okay. And again, if I push this button, this is going to weld. So it's going to remove all those overlapping lines. And you get a picture of what it's going to look like. Now I see that this is a little more off than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to cancel because it is irreversible. We must have everything the way we want it. And then I can go in here and I just usually, let's see. If I just do that one, that's usually the fastest way to select, unselect. So we're unselected. That's just a little too off for me. So I am going to move this up. I thought I liked it being kind of off center, but that was just a little more than I wanted. Using these buttons, I'm just kind of gently adjusting there. Say okay. Now we can go back to select. And if I hit this button, here's another trick. If I hit this one now, this one that I don't want to be a part of it, it's unselected. Go back in and weld. Now I'm good with it. Okay. And okay. At this point, this I'm going to flip around, not because it needs to be, but because I want to look at it and see if I like the shape. I do. I might want to make it just a tiny bit smaller, just so there's a little bit of edge all around. Okay, so I'm just decreasing that just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. So we're gonna get a little edge there. Okay, and I'm gonna say, okay, now I want to put some little hearts on there. So I'm going to go into add, instead of little dots, we're gonna add little hearts. I'm gonna go in here, select the heart, and I think about 6 of them will be good. And they're going to be real nice and small. You can do this kind of complex pattern. The key is, as you can see, I made a little ladybug body here with really just looking at what's the general shape. What kind of general shape are we talking about? And then I'm just going to place these little hearts around the body, like so. Okay, wherever you might like them, it's up to you. It really is. Whatever you think looks good, you're welcome to do. I'm going to say, okay. Now it's time to cut. So I'm going to go back actually and move this all the way over to the edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to need a 6x6 piece of paper and then a paper that's just a little bigger. So I am going to go ahead and just custom cut some papers. Now what I'm going to do is press this button right here, which will simply scan in my mat and ensure that the papers that I cut and loaded on there, one of them, so I've got a 6x6 piece and then the other piece of paper I just cut around that, and it should be just right. But we will make sure. So you can see, yes, you can see that my little ladybug fits great right in there. And I've got her little wings right there as well. So once we're happy with this, we can say, okay, if you weren't happy, or for example, let's say I wanted to add just one more. I felt like I needed one more little heart here. It just wasn't quite enough. Well, there we go. I've got one more. Now it's okay with me. Now I can cut and let the ScanNCut do the rest. At this point, you can get as wild or keep it as simple as you want. Look how cute my butterfly is. And all I have to do, because I just so slightly overlapped it, check that out. So I've got a folded card, a circle folded card, thanks to the ScanNCut. So super easy. Now it's just folded. So the front will be like so, and then the inside will be like this. All I need to do is add my message. And of course, I'll want to get out some adhesive, and I'll put a bit of adhesive here on my ladybug. I shouldn't need too much, but I like to get towards the corners and towards the edges here. And I'm just going to place this down, and remember, it will be slightly smaller because of how I designed it. So I just want to take my time placing this so that I get a nice, fairly even circle around like so. Look how cute my little pink ladybug is. Now I can do all kinds of stuff. If I want to add glitter glue, if I want to add eyes, if I want to add dimension, if I want to add, so here on my mat, I could take off some of these little hearts that got cut out, and I could put additional hearts onto her little antennas. I could put more hearts for more dimension or inside, whatever I would like, but it really is that simple and it's so much fun building custom patterns. I am definitely going to save this one because I totally see using this maybe as an applique for a t-shirt or in felt for something. Just so much fun. I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. I'll see you next time.